Holy heck, we just got out of the Sydney premiere of The Mummy. It is the first in the monster cinematic universe from Universal.
The Dark Universe.
Yes, the Dark Universe.
The Dark Universe. How crazy is that?
Crazy. It had its own Universal logo, but it was called the Dark Universe.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Draz.
And this is a review for The Mummy.
Show me the mummy!
Oh, no.
Every week, So Is It Any Good is giving you a chance to win an exclusive Funko Pop vinyl. To get your hands on this awesome prize, just subscribe to the channel and comment below with literally anything. We will announce the winner in the next review. So let's talk about the Dark Universe, a shared cinematic universe of classic movie monsters. While at least 4 more movie monster reboots have already been planned, Universal has announced 2 new monsters to be added to the roster. The Mummy is the first in the Dark Universe, which takes the studio's classic movie monsters that were popularized in black and white film and reintroduces them for the new generation. From there, the shared universe will only expand, with Bill Condon's Bride of Frankenstein starring Javier Bardem as Frankenstein's monster, slated to be released next. Sometime after that, Johnny Depp will debut as the Invisible Man. The studio also has reboots planned for Van Helsing, The Wolfman, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. With the current resurgence of the Universal Monster franchise coming to life in 2017, the big question that is looming for all of us 80s babies: will we get a revamped version of the Monster Squad? Will it be kids or adults taking on these horror icons in sort of a mashed up universe?
Let's talk about the movie more. The Mummy stars Tom Cruise as Nick. He basically is the Indiana Jones of the modern day. He uncovers an ancient princess that's been locked away in a tomb accidentally and sets her upon the earth, wreaking havoc, killing people, making zombies out of people, sucking their body life out of them for good and making them no more. It also stars Annabelle Wallis, it also stars Jake Johnson, and it also stars Russell Crowe in a very memorable role for him.
Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll, very cool.
Mr. Hyde, or Mr. Hyde.
This is the beginning of the Universal monster movie series, and it's almost thrown at you in this film. It's mentioned a lot when they don't directly mention as Universal monster movies, but they tell you about monsters that have been happening around Earth. So there's been 3 trailers for this movie, and not one of them has kind of made me interested in the film. I kind of went in this film with very, very low expectations. I mean, the trailer themselves, we saw Tom Cruise audibly screaming a lot, probably running away from the camera as he does. Did you see one of the trailers?
I went in cold to this movie. I wanted to experience Tom Cruise in the Universal Monster Universe. The Mummy. I love horror. I love monsters.
Yeah.
And this is a revamp of The Mummy.
So straight off the bat, you're probably going to think this movie is an action film, but it's also a horror in some senses.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of attempts at jump scares, a lot of attempts at scares. I got scared 1 or 2 times, but that's because our cinema was bloody loud. Like any kind of, if they dropped a pin in the cinema, it would have boom and terrified the shit out of me. But
that was incredible.
But yeah, what did you think? Was there much scares for you?
No scares to me at all.
Oh, look at you, you big muscle man. Oh
yeah,
no, nothing can scare the old Draz.
The sound was pretty good, man. The sound was pretty good. Scary, probably not.
No,
You know, I'm used to all the zombie films, but was it incredible? Yeah, the CGI was pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, that was what scared me. The zombies kind of coming out of nowhere and like, hey, run your blood! But that, that's another part of the film. We don't want to go too much into spoiler territory.
Oh, man, why can't we?
Oh, because we don't want to ruin it.
We won't.
Sophia Boutella, she plays the Mummy in this movie. She is really powerful. She's a witch in some sort of senses, but she's also
incredibly attractive.
I wasn't going to go there. I was going to say she has the power to suck life from people, and they do that in pretty extraordinary ways, I thought. The CGI on these particular death instances where she would suck the souls out of people's bodies was unbelievable.
It was incredible. She turned them into the undead, the zombies.
Yeah.
And the noises, the sound effects were incredible.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get over it. What about Russell Crowe in this, man? He plays an English Dr. Jekyll slash
He
Mr.
plays a
Hyde.
terrible English actor in this film.
He's like, hello, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Let's not another ship on a Barbie. Come on, mate, let's have a VB. You know, he's like halfway through the movie. He's Australian, then he's English, and then he kind of has an American accent. Where the
Yeah.
fuck is Russell Crowe in this movie from?
but it's good old Rusty.
He's not really trying anymore, is he? He's kind of given up. He's put on weight. He's smashed a lot of VBs.
Oh, you
I
know
don't know.
what?
For me, he's not really trying anymore.
I do believe him when he's Dr. Jekyll. And when he transformed into Mr. Hyde, oh my god.
So what the hell was your favorite bit?
When Russell Crowe transformed from Dr. Jekyll into Mr. Hyde. And the fight sequence after, I will not spoil it, but it was epic.
Yeah, fair enough. I would agree with that. That was pretty cool.
What was your favorite?
I really enjoyed the opening sequences of the movie set in Egypt with Sophia Patella and her storyline of how she became the mummy or you know, her witch person that she is in that film. You know, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed seeing the ancient Egypt stuff. That was really cool. It was very akin to the original Mummy film, that sequence. But
Okay,
after that,
yeah.
we didn't really see much of, you know, the
origin
Brendan
story
Fraser.
was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and that's what I was enjoying.
And it showed a lot
Yeah.
as well. You got to see the entire backstory of her.
Yep. So what was your worst bit about the movie then?
I love Tom Cruise. I felt like he was overacting a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Some of the things, when you're really looking at it, the stumbling, his expressions, the way he's interacting, maybe we do it too much, but I could see that he was just a little bit overacting, but it doesn't take away from the film.
Okay, my worst bit was the flashbacks. There was a lot of flashbacks. Like, so we're stuck with Tom Cruise. He's having a conversation with Jenny, and all of a sudden he's getting flashback into these different sequences that haven't happened to him yet, but we're kind of learning about. And it just happens so often that it just takes you out of the film. But then also the second worst bit was the damn women next to me texting on the phone halfway through the film. You're at a Sydney premiere, Tom fucking Cruise is in the cinema, and you are texting. Don't text. It should be against the law.
They're from Big Brother, though.
No, they weren't from anything.
They were from Big Brother.
Even if they
ago.
are from Big Brother, they are from nothing. They are nothing. They mean nothing to me. They mean nothing to anybody in this world. Fuck you. But that was my worst bit outside of the texting phenomenon. So this is the first Universal Dark Universe, Monster Cinematic Universe. Fucking hell, there's a lot of universes happening. What did you think of the first film?
Okay, starting off with The Mummy, I probably would have gone Creature from the Black Lagoon. They've overdone Frankenstein, Werewolf, and Dracula. We're expecting a Brendan Fraser type movie, which it isn't. It is Tom Cruise straight down the line. Probably would have gone Creature, but The Mummy's pretty cool, I gotta admit. Like, it works.
Yep, okay.
Probably Creature, Mummy, then Werewolf, Frankenstein, then Dracula, because Dracula's just been overdone with vampires.
Yeah, sure. And they've tried Dracula. Dracula Untold was meant to be the first
That
Universal
wasn't
film,
bad.
but it didn't work out for them. Now that's kaput. They tried with the Wolfman, also kaput. I'm still hoping for it all leads into the Monster Squad, because that would be a badass movie.
Please, Fred Decker, helm that movie.
Make it happen! But overall, yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, but it didn't feel like it was the beginning of a cinematic universe. Like, there were little hints and drabs throughout.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the Mummy, of course. But it didn't feel like a universe. You know how, like, Marvel has their superheroes, and it feels like its own realm. This kind of just felt like an average modern day telling of the Mummy, but it didn't have any, oomph to it. Didn't have any grounding, or I don't know. For me, anyway. But there's a lot of action in this movie. There's a lot of suspense. There's a lot of horror. There's a lot of gore. There's a lot to love here. But is it a yes? Is it a no? So, is it any good? What is your verdict?
So is it any good? Yes, but no.
Oh, yes, but no.
It's my first time I'm going to say this. I enjoyed it. I will watch it again, but I will not race out to the cinemas to see it, or will I race out to get a Blu-ray or DVD. It was suspenseful. There was horror. I love Universal Monsters. I love Tom Cruise. He never ages. Why? I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. But I think the best thing about this was getting to see Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe up close in the flesh. The movie was good.
Yeah.
I think it can lead on to a franchise. I think they should have showed more.
Yep. I am also going to give it a yes, just because I think you should go check it out. But do I think it's a great movie? Not at all. Do I think it's a good movie? It's almost a good movie. There's a little bit too much, or not enough, going on in the second act for me. The first and third act are amazing. I wanted a little bit more out of the Mummy in this film, and we got a little bit too much maybe of Russell Crowe. And just give me more. I'll go see more of these movies, so keep making them, Universal. That's a yes from me. It's a yes from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Ryan from So Is It Any Good?
I'm Draz.
And this is our review from The Mummy. And until next time, hopefully we'll see you at the cinema.